everybody, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to talk about that big trailer for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the sequel to the 2018. I can't say it's a hit because it didn't actually make a lot of money. I'm not sure if it even broke even. I'm not sure. You know how expensive animation can be, but let's say the 2018 breakout Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse was, in my opinion, the best superhero movie of all time. Now, I know this is coming from me, this is coming from the Marvel guy. I think from my big subjective opinion, that everything that a superhero film is supposed to have in it, the care, the love, the heart, the humor, the action, style, like everything that makes a superhero movie, which is one of my favorite genres, superheroes in general. I've loved superheroes since I was a kid. I've loved Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, obviously Iron Man, and Captain America, the Avengers, the X-Men. I've loved superheroes because of what they can make, how they can make you feel, and the emotions, and the comfortableness, and the trials, and the stories that can be told with the superhero genre. And in my personal opinion, Into the Spider-Verse is the best superhero film put out there. That everything great about superhero movies is in that movie. Now, there are other things, some people might want something R-rated, but like things like Deadpool and The Boys and even Invincible, to a certain extent, will always be amazing and always have their place. Like, those are cynical views of the genre. The superhero genre at it in its purest essence. If you want like a pure, unadulterated, like the uncut shit of what a superhero film and a superhero genre can be, in my opinion, that's Into the Spider-Verse. Which is crazy because if I'll remind anyone who listens to me about this, I never forgot it. Like, there are many things that I never forgot, particularly things that involve Marvel. I never forgot Zack Snyder and his people calling Ant-Man flavor of the week, and that flavor of the week and pumping up Batman vs. Superman right before it came out there and was a flaming turd. I never forgot that shit. And I never forgot that Sony didn't believe in this movie. I never forgot that. I never forgot that Sony did not believe in Into the Spider-Verse. In fact, there's an argument to be made that the only reason the movie was as good as it was because Sony wasn't paying attention to it. Because what movie they were promoting, what movie they had put all their animation budget into, what movie they were thinking was going to be a smash hit that they were really focused on. It's a little movie called the Emoji Movie. That was the movie that there were two animated films being made at relatively the same exact time. And the movie Sony was putting their money into was the Emoji Movie. So that should just tell you how much Sony actually gave a fuck about Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse is a miracle that it turned out that great. Obviously, Lord and Miller working on this. The Lego Movie, Lord and Miller. So clearly Lord and Miller have a touch, because the Lego Movie is awesome. Everything is awesome. Sorry. Going down a path with that one. The Lego Movie is awesome. So, and now this is awesome. So clearly Lord and Miller have a thing. Also, 21 and 22 Jump Street, fucking amazing. So it's not a shocker that this movie turned out as great as it did. And it really introduced Miles Morales. Like, Miles Morales was on the rise. He is on the rise. He's in the same category with Kate Bishop and Kamala Khan, where they're like the rise, where they were all relatively made in a very close proximity to each other. So if you ever know, so like characters like him, Kate Bishop, Speed, and Wiccan, and there's a couple other characters, some of the characters, like, they're kind of clumped together as like the Young Avengers usually, or the Champions or whatnot. But Into the Spider-Verse is really what blasted Miles out. It really launched it. Like, Into the Spider-Verse really, helped catapult Miles into kind of the mainstream. Like, a lot of people didn't know there was a black Spider-Man. And this, it really did change a lot. Like, really, it did change a lot of people's perspective on Miles. And it really showed just how some people, racist. People just, oh, it's a black Spider-Man. It's like, no, it's a completely different Spider-Man. I even love in the video game when I reviewed the PS5 video game what was it? Spider-Man Miles Morales. I loved how different he was there. And in this movie, it really shows, you know, just how different Miles is from Peter Parker and whatnot. So Into the Spider-Verse, the original, is one of my favorites. So everyone, like me, was anticipating this trailer. And we heard, and like we knew that Oscar Isaac was voicing Spider-Man 99, which is a futuristic version of Spider-Man. And we knew that there were certain characters who were going to voice different Spider-Man, so we might see appearances from different Spider-Man. There are rumors of Tobey Maguire, maybe Andrew, or even Tom Holland Spider-Man making an appearance in this. But we really didn't know what it was going to be about. All we knew was that Miles is going to go into the Spider-Verse. Why? I don't know. We didn't really know. And the trailer doesn't really give too much away, except that things might not be as we thought it was going to be. It appeared like, oh, this is going to be an all hands on deck, Spider-Mans from all over the universe to fight a threat. And you do see Polka Dot Man, which, yes, Polka Dot Man is a Spider-Man character. You do see the Polka Dot Man. Polka Dot Man is low-key OP, though, because he can open up warp holes and to, like, essentially a pocket dimension. I mean, basically, at least in the comics he can. Like, I think he gets sucked into one of his own one of his own polka dots and stuck. Some crazy shit happens with Polka Dot Man. But yeah, you see Polka Dot Man. So the vibe I'm getting is, at least from the trailer, something goes really wrong. All the Spider-Mans, because you see Miles and Gwen, who returning Spider-Gwen / Gwen Stacy, they're back, they're hanging out, and they go into this world where all these Spider-Mans are. It's almost like a council of reeds, like from the Fantastic Four comics. And it seems like things are cool. They're just walking around. But at a certain point, something goes so wrong, something goes terribly wrong. And either there's a misunderstanding or there's some corruption with one of the Spider-Man. Something goes real wrong, because at a certain point, out of nowhere, at a certain point, all the Spider-Men are coming after Miles. And it's like, what the fuck went wrong that it looks like hundreds of Spider-Men are hunting Miles, including fucking Spider-Man 99, who, you know, who's fucking, who seems like, being played by Oscar Isaac, and you're like, what happened? There seems to be some tension between what it means to be a hero. There's a lot happening, but I have to imagine Polka Dot Man, them having image of Polka Dot Man has to mean something. Like, either there's a villain who is fucking with them, something has to be up, because it's just hard to believe that all these Spider-Men are all going Breaking Bad. But you knew they had to do something. But like I said, I wasn't really, because I've never really read the Spider-Verse comics. I've never really been into those kind of things. Like, sure, I'll read a what if comic every now and then, but the idea of a Spider-Verse and whatnot was always kind of weird to me. Like, I never heard anyone actually say anything positive about the actual comic Spider-Verse. So I had no clue where this is going. I still have no clue where this is going, but I am very intrigued. A lot of Easter eggs in there. There was like a lot of people pointed out that the Spider-Man from the PS4 game was in there. Obviously, Peter B. Parker is back, and it seems like he's toting baby on board with like little young Mary, like with a little young Mary Parker. I don't know what they're calling his daughter. So, I'm sure the gang's gonna be back. I'm sure they're gonna talk Nick Cage and coming back and playing Spider-Man Noir. You gotta get him back. His Spider-Man Noir was hilarious, dude. Like, it was great. Like I say, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited to see Peter Porker. And I'm excited to see all the breadth of characters. You know they're gonna have some cameos. I'm putting money on it. Tom Holland's gonna be in this. He might not be in it a lot. It might just be a breeze cameo. You just see somebody in the MCU Spider-Man suit and Tom Holland just makes a comment. Or you just see him and Peter and them talking together and they're like, we're in animated form now. What the fuck? You know, something's going to happen, but they are going to make an appearance. But like I say, I am super, there's not enough to really go off of to really say what a story is. But animation looks crisp, looks just as good as the last movie. Looks like it's going to have a lot of drama. I love the beginning of the trailer, starting with his mom talking to him. Because his mom wasn't really like a big focus of the last movie. It was his father. It was a relationship between his father, and his uncle were really the core thing. Him and his mom weren't really that big, you know, because in the PS4 5 game, him and his mom are the big thing. So it is interesting that here, him and his mom, it seems like him and his mom will have a more interesting relationship, closer relationship. And you can tell it's been some time too. He's obviously looks a bit taller, a little bit older now. So I'm curious how older he's gonna be, but he does look a little bit older in this. So I would be curious about how much time has passed. And like I say, I'm just curious about what the fuck happened to get all those Spider-Men to come after him. Like, that is just, it's the thing I'm just thinking about, man. I really need to I can't wait to find out what the hell that is. I really can't. But anyways, I hope this movie makes more money than the original too, because this movie deserves it. It deserves, it won Best Picture, it won Best Animated Movie at the Oscars, but it deserves even more than that. Should have been nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, the original Into the Spider-Verse, and I hope this lives up to that expectations. It's a hefty goal, but I hope it lives up to it. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Copycat Movie Show. Please like, subscribe, and tell me below, what did you think about the Across the Spider-Verse trailer? Did it intrigue you? Are you more excited, or are your excitements just about at the same level it already was? Thank you guys again. See you on the next one.